It's Coffee Talk on FM 94.7 and AM 1450. And we're going to go a day early to Everett Hughes in the Insider Report because we're both going to be,
We're not going to be here tomorrow.
That's right. That's right. And so we're going to have it on today, which is Tuesday. And now, what are we going to talk about today, Everett?
Well, what would you imagine? Last Thursday, I'm listening to what the Supreme Court had decided regarding the health care bill.
Mm-hmm.
And all this time we've heard, well, this bill can't be this bill. The Constitution doesn't allow what this bill has done because of the Commerce Clause. The Commerce Clause says Congress can't force, this on the citizenry. And then the announcement comes that the Supreme Court decided 5-4 that it was okay, it was constitutional, not because of the Commerce Clause, but because of the Taxation Clause. And the people I was listening to just went nuts, and so I thought, Taxation Clause. And then I remembered, that's right. And listener land, you go to everetthughes.com, you click on radio, go to 2005, go to May 23rd, and I did an insider report talking about the constitutionality of income tax, the 16th Amendment. But here is why we needed the 16th Amendment. Well, let's read Article 1, Section 8. Here's what the Constitution says. The Congress shall have power to lay and collect taxes, duties, imposts, and excises, to pay the debts and provide for the common defense and general welfare of the United States. But all duties, imposts, and excises shall be uniform throughout the United States. And that is why there had to be an amendment to the Constitution establishing income tax, because the Constitution doesn't allow what they did. During the Civil War, there was a tax. During other times, there were temporary taxes. But it didn't allow for a permanent tax, income tax, except by constitutional amendment. So I've been looking at this thinking, now that the Supreme Court has taken a position saying the health care bill as it currently exists is okay due to the Taxation Clause, due to Article 1, Section 8 of the Constitution. Well, it's going to end up on our tax return. By the time the Congress is done, it's going to be officially a tax. But I'm saying before it can be officially only a tax, I'm thinking there may need to be a constitutional amendment which would require state ratification.
Of course, now that probably won't happen because the Supreme Court has totally ignored that idea, haven't they?
No, they didn't. The Supreme Court just defined the health care bill is okay because of the Taxation Clause.
Well, no, I understand that, but nobody's brought this up until I've heard it from you.
Well, wait and see, Doug.
So you think that this may be one of the
it's going to be
weapons used
that
against
there is no other way for them to handle this. I think nobody's thought it through to see, well, how do we implement this now?
Interesting.
But see, I thought of that immediately, just because of what I do.
Uh-huh.
And I think, that's only speculation that there'll have to be an additional amendment. But I'm thinking I would be able to make a case for that, because if you're going to have, the Supreme Court just said, you can do this because of the Taxation Clause. Well, if that's true, then the entire payment of health care is going to have to be due to taxation. If that's what they're using to say the existing bill was okay.
Interesting.
It's going to be interesting.
Lots of twists and turns in this thing.
Certainly is, Doug, and I'm really glad to be involved in it at this juncture.
Well, of course, if people want more information or some more tax help, 533-4131, or they can go to your website,
everetthughes.com, and go May 23rd, 2005, to hear the first time we talked about the constitutionality of taxation.
All right. Well, thank you very much. We'll talk to you next Wednesday.
You certainly will.
Okay.